Well. We are back. We are back, boys. And I just love the fact the Packers are doubling down on this. Aurora, 100%. I love the fact that the Packers are doubling down on banning the tush push. They're going all out to try to ban the tush push. What's up, Dreamy? Oh, I love it so much. So this is what the Packers said to ban the tush push. Club rule change proposal. What's good, Rye? The Fry Guy? Hey, I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. What's up, PSN? The Skeeter Boys. What's up? I dislike raccoons. Okay, that's great. What's up, man? How you doing? To prohibit an offensive player from pushing a teammate who was lined up directly behind the snap and receives the snap immediately after the snap. That's what the Packers just proposed to get rid of the tush push. I'm all for the ban, to be honest. It happens every offseason. They try to ban this and it never works. So it is what it is. What's up, Mark C? It never works whenever they try to ban this. They always try to every year. And every year the NFL says, nope, we're not banning it. We're not banning the tush push. And then the next year comes around and then the Packers go, oh, let's try again. They're never going to ban it, man. They're never going to ban the tush push. The Packers can every single year try to get this banned. It's not going to happen. At the end of the day, it is what it is, you know. If you never know one day, I don't think so. Because enough of the league has to say yes to it. And at least half the owners are okay with the tush push. At least half the owners are okay with the tush push. And it has to be more than majority to get it banned. And there's just no way. You want to draft Bengals to draft? I want the Bengals to draft a defensive player. I really don't care who at this point. We have to wait until the pro day and wait a little bit farther to get a generalized look on who's the best options. But yeah, so I'm waiting for that. But I just want defense, to be honest. I don't really have a dog in the race this year. I feel like every year I've had a dog in the race on who I want the Bengals to select. This year so far, I have not had that dog in the race yet. I'm all for banning these god-awful orange pants from last year. I think the football gods were offended, and that's why we missed the playoffs last year. Potentially. I came to the conclusion it has to be edge, corner, or linebacker, no other option. I would put defensive lineman in there too, PSN, and then I'm okay with it. Just put defensive lineman in there as well. So, I don't know if you guys saw, but somebody lied. Somebody lied, okay? Because Joe Burrow is now going to be on ESPN's Netflix series, right? In July, he's going to be in ESPN's Netflix series. But if you remember, what's up, Cal, man? If you remember, this was said he wasn't going to do quarterback. If you remember a little while ago, like a year ago, it came out that he's not going to be on quarterback. No matter what, he's not going to be a part of the show. I feel like we have too many defense tackles on the roster. Well, that's why I said defensive lineman, because it could be they could be defensive tackle or they could be defensive end. Could be an end, or it could end and an edge rusher is not the same thing. One could be an interior defensive end, one could be an edge rusher, one could be an out. There's different types of positions there. So Jay Morrison had some beef with this. Jay Morrison posted on Twitter and said, somebody lied. Because, yeah, somebody lied, buddy. Somebody lied. Because it was not supposed to be Joe Burrow on quarterback. But after last year, I think Netflix probably reached out to Joe and said, hey, man, fantastic season. You should have won MVP. We all know this. You got cheated. Like defensive end, edge rusher, so close, but man. Okay, gotcha. If we trade or cut Jermaine Pratt, the Alabama linebacker could be a good replacement. Yeah, we do need a linebacker. Do we need another running back? If we don't cut Zach Moss, no. If we cut Zach Moss, yes. So they saw last year and said, wow, you cooked, my man. You absolutely cooked. So now he is doing quarterback, which, again, is hilarious, to be honest. Like, it is what it is, you know. They said he wasn't going to do it, and now he's going to do it. And hopefully it goes well. It comes out in July. So we're going to get some interesting situations here. Seriously. Oh, mascots. I can't play the audio because the audio is copyrighted. So that's the problem. I can't play the audio, but it should be exciting. Joe has definitely opened up more as of recently. If you remember I think it was last offseason, he said he wanted to open up more, kind of get more out there about himself, really show his true self. Obviously, then follows the break-in, to his house, finds out that there was a girl there. We don't need any more mods right now, Nick, but I appreciate you being here. But yeah, so there was that thing. He said, like, that was a little bit too much of an invasion of his privacy. But for the most part, yeah, it's still, he's opening up more. He's getting out there more. He's being, his true self more. So kind of fun. ESPN Fowlers expects Trey Hendrickson to consider sitting out without a deal or trade. ESPN Fowler, let me tell you this, buddy. Clearly, you don't know who Trey Hendrickson is. And you have no idea who Trey Hendrickson is. Trey Hendrickson has always said publicly many times he will not sit out no matter what, because he separates business from play. He has said publicly that it's not fair to his teammates for him to sit out, even if he doesn't have a contract, because at the end of the day, he separates those two things. So he's not going to sit out. You can suggest he sits out, but he's not going to. He's going to be out there just like the rest of our players and be busting their butts and doing a great job. So doesn't matter if you think he should sit out or you suggest he should sit out. He's not going to. You can expect him to do whatever you want him to expect to do, but he's not going to sit out. He's been very vocal that he separates the two entities, which is very important, I think. And yeah, so come on, Fowler. Do better than that, buddy. Do better. Trey Hendrickson's agent and the Bengals have remained in contact really over the last week, resonating talks to find a long-term deal that has been elusive over recent weeks because of the explosion of the pass rushing market. Bengals have made offers, but just not compensate with his skill set and all the way, and with the way this money going well above $30 million per year. I cannot read right now. So if Hendrickson can't get a deal done with the Bengals, he still wants to be traded. There's trade interest, I'm told. The Bengals have not shown eagerness to want to move him. So this is not correct at all. He did request a trade, but what if he does? He's not going to. He's already said he's not going to. Like, he's already been very clear. Think about Trey. Trey is a man of morals and values, and he puts that above everything else. If you know anything about Trey, he would not sit out. So this is kind of interesting. So he requested a trade a year ago, right? A trade or he'll retire. That was literally the big thing. Either you trade me or I retire, or you give me a new deal. As of recently, this offseason, if you remember, the Bengals are the ones who told Trey to go out there and find a trade partner. It wasn't Trey who asked to find a trade partner. It was really the Bengals saying, hey, we don't know if we can keep you, so go out there and try to find a trade partner. So it's kind of ironic how that whole situation goes. This is not true at all. We are not the one trying to trade him. He's not the one who wanted to be traded this all season. We're the one who tried to trade him. I think Trey's a righteous man who won't break his contract. He won't. He's a very religious man, which I respect greatly, and he's based on moral values. It would take a lot, probably a first round, for them to move off their stance. Yeah, no, they've already said they want either a first or more for Trey Hendrickson. They're not going to trade him. Like, they're not going to trade him no matter what. It is exhausting, but they're not going to trade him. Trey doesn't want to be traded at this moment in time. Nobody wants Trey out of town. So he's going to play the last year of his contract and probably get franchise tagged. And that's just pretty much it. He's not going to sit out. Doesn't matter what, this guy believes, Fowler believes of ESPN. It's not going to happen. You can hope for that, but it's not going to happen. And the Bengals know it. That's why the Bengals are not going to trade him. They're not going to trade him because they know he's not going to sit out. And if you're not going to sit out, then why trade him? He's better out there playing with our team than not playing with our team. There's also another factor of we did sign him a contract a year ago. And obviously he very much does not like that contract, right? His agent agreed to a deal that he wanted more job security. His agent decided instead to agree to a 2-year deal, which was stupid of his agent. And then 8 months later, he wants a new deal. And it's like, dude, you just agreed to one. And according to the NFL rulebook, you're not allowed to get a new deal. I think it's 12 months after you get your current deal are you allowed to get another deal. We don't know. Russell Wilson wants to go back to Pittsburgh. Russell Wilson, his agent has made it very clear that he wants to go back to Pittsburgh, and he does not want to go to the Giants. He does not want to go to the Browns. He wants to go back to Pittsburgh. So right now, it is very clear that Russell Wilson wants to be a Brownie. He wants to be a Steeler. So, which Steelers fans, based on what I understand, they do not want Aaron Rodgers. And the Vikings now are out on Aaron Rodgers, so we'll be interested to see. The Bengals should trade for Lattimore. You talking about Boo Boo Lattimore, like the old guy who used to play for the Saints and now for the Commanders? Boo Boo Schuster Lattimore? Nah. Should get Rocky. Yeah, honestly, at this point, everyone should just get Jamar Chase's agent and T. Higgins' agent. That would be hilarious. Russell can sit out. Russell Wilson can sit out. Russell Wilson ain't sitting out, bro. So will Rodgers go? Giants. Giants or the Brownies? The Giants or the Brownies will get Aaron Rodgers. Russell Wilson wants to go back to the Steelers, which I'm assuming Mike Tomlin loves veteran quarterbacks. And Mason Rudolph is a veteran, but I think he's going to probably go for Russell Wilson over Mason Rudolph. And I would assume the Steelers just end up drafting a quarterback. So they'll probably have a drafted quarterback. They'll probably get Russell Wilson back and have Mason Rudolph. That will probably be their 3 combo. Hooday! What's up, man? What's up, Adam? But yeah, so that's probably what they'll end up doing. But it is a very disappointing day that the Vikings are out on Aaron Rodgers. Because, man, I think we all wanted in ourselves Aaron Rodgers to go to the Vikings and complete the saga. We all wanted the saga to continue. But sadly, that saga is as empty as Brad Robbins' pockets are right now. It's just not going to happen. At some point, it's not going to happen. So, that's awesome. Low-key wanted Rodgers and Pitt so we can sack him 5 times each game. Yeah, I wanted the cluster fluff of the absolute, downfall of that whole entire team. That's what I wanted. I wanted that locker room to implode on itself. And with a mixer of Rodgers, George Pickens, and DK Metcalf, it definitely would have imploded on itself. But it's disappointing that we don't get the implosion. and we got to deal with the explosion. Taylor Heineke is better now than Rodgers. Yeah, I think there's a lot of quarterbacks who are better than Rodgers, to be honest. Let's see who's available in free agency, actually. Because it's been so much of a cesspool of just quietness over the last couple, days. There's not been much going on. Trey Lance. I feel like Trey Lance is better than Rodgers. I feel like Joe Flacco is better than Rodgers. Drew Lock. I feel like Pitt is definitely getting Jackson Dart. Yeah, I think they'll take a quarterback in the end. I truly believe that as well. I think they're going to take a quarterback. Then they're going to have 2 veterans on the roster. What's up with the Vikings? Are they staying with JJ McCarthy? Yes. JJ McCarthy, they are doubling down that he is their franchise quarterback and he is a quarterback of the future. So they're going to go all out on JJ McCarthy and they don't want anybody else in there disrupting the process. So JJ McCarthy is the Vikings quarterback moving forward. I'll be interested to see, how that ends up working out. But yeah. Damn, buddy, a Rodgers hater. He was top 3. I'm not a Rodgers hater. I just don't think he's good anymore. I think he was great when he was great. 100%. He was amazing back in the day. But I don't think he's that good anymore, to be honest. Dalton is back again. Panthers can trade him. It would be hilarious. I don't know what a Dalton trade market would look like. Jameis Winston, though. That's another guy. I'm telling you right now. Flacco interest in Cleveland, it wouldn't surprise me at all. I would love for Flacco to go to Pittsburgh and be their starting quarterback, and he would be kind of mid. He would be mid, but it would be hilarious because then he would complete the AFC North gauntlet. So, I'm not talking about you. Okay, gotcha. But yeah, I would love for that, saga to end with Joe Flacco going to Pittsburgh. But Jameis Winston is still out there, man. Which, honestly, at this point, anyone could go after him, man. Anyone could go after him. Is Chase Young with a new team? Yes, he is with a new team. Chase Young is with a new team, yes. I think he signed back with the Saints. If I am correct, I believe Chase Young's a Saint. But yeah, I would love to see Jameis Winston with the Giants or Jameis Winston with the Brownies again, or maybe the Steelers, How many teams has Josh Johnson played for? Josh Johnson has played for not every team. He's played for a lot. He is underrated. All right, Josh Johnson has played for Tampa Bay. Actually, let's go up here. Josh Johnson played for Tampa Bay, Cleveland, Baltimore, Washington, Jets, Baltimore, 49ers, and that. So he's played for a total of what? 1, 2, 3. Oh, he played for the Bengals. I said Baltimore because it was black. I thought that was Ravens. My bad. He played for the Bengals. Excuse me. Not the Ravens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 different teams he played for. Yeah, he played for 7 different teams. So he's been around the league, but not like. Well, let's actually look up Fitz Magic. Because obviously Fitz played for every single team. Hold up. Fitz has played for Rams. Wait, this is not all his teams. He's played for like every team at one point. I guess technically this would be him. I guess it's technically who he started for. And obviously being a backup, I don't know if that. No, maybe. I think you have to start for every single. You have to start in order for the team to count. Because this is what? 3 total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I think you have to start for the team for it to count. Would you be upset if the Bengals took Austin Johnson at pick 17? Yeah, I would be. Because I want a defensive player. And we already have 3 running backs on the roster. And if they're not going to get rid of Zach Moss, then what are we taking Genty for? I mean, like, we have P-Ryan, we have Genty, we have everybody. 11 teams, still a lot, though. It is. But I thought he played for every single team. Maybe he, like, beat every single team or something. Maybe that was it. I don't know. But I thought he played for every single team. You know what I want to look at real fast? I want to look at who's made the most money in the NFL. Hold up. If we go to, I think we go to contracts, right? Is it? See, I don't want value because obviously players have made more money than just what they're valued at. Okay, move. Hold up, move. All right, so these are contracts, but I don't really want that. No, I know what the macro grid is. I do that all the time. Okay, so I don't want this. This is like active contracts, and I'm not trying to look up that. So, who do you think made the most money in NFL? I'm gonna go with, because we're talking about all time here, and we're also talking about, you know, like the whole entire career, not just the very end of the career, or like how much they make right now. Like obviously, yeah, you have like $250 million, you know, contract wise, but then the question is how much overall wise. It scares me that Cincy would draft Genty if he was still on the board. I don't think they would. I played on my videos like every single day. That's the thing. Career earnings, like Michael Pittman has made $80 million in his career. I'll look up Roger Staubach. I don't think Roger Staubach played a long time ago though. Hold up, let me do that, and then I can just find the Cowboys. Okay, maybe not. Bro, where is Roger Staubach? Okay, I'm gonna butcher it. See, I'm gonna have to use Google. I'm gonna have to use Google. All right, there we go. I got his name. That's his name. He's not on Spot Track. Oh, that's disappointing. All right, he's not on Spot Track. How much has... No, but Brady took all those, like, team-friendly deals. I don't know, because Tom took a lot of team-friendly deals. $332.962 million. There's no way. I mean, that's a lot, but that's $332 million. Aaron Rodgers might... He's up there. He is definitely up there. Rodgers in his career, $380 million. Anyone thinks that anyone getting more than Rodgers? Brady made less in his career than Burrow, just be honest. It's $300 million. Who has made more than 380? Anyone make 400 million? And this is obviously money they already made, not like Patrick Mahomes has a $500 million contract, right? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about players who already. Oh no, yeah, this is money made from the NFL right now. We're talking about just NFL money, not money made from like different adventures or not like different brand deals. We're talking about just money made by the NFL, right? Just through contracts, pretty much. I think that might be the most. In 2007, wow. I don't know if there's gonna be someone who above him. Because like even with the newer contracts, like Burrow, for example, obviously Burrow's only got one deal, right? But Burrow right now, with that one deal, Matthew Stafford might. Because Stafford has gotten a couple big contracts, but there's nowhere close. Well, I thought this is just fun to me, man. It's fun to me. 364. Wait. He's going to be 422 after the next 2 years. Okay, so Stafford's the most. After this year and next year, Stafford's going to hit 422 million. made more, but from real estate apparently. Yeah, he made money from real estate. But 422 after the next 2 years. Stafford is the most. I don't think anyone's going to beat Stafford. Well, it's fun to me, man. But anyway, all right, so 422. No one's going to beat that. No one's going to beat that. I always find it fun to see who made the most money in NFL history. It's always interesting to me. Especially with these contracts getting crazier, it's funny to see how players who are not the top of the top are the ones getting it done. Okay, so we have right now it's late March. So we're about to Lamar Jackson, not even close. He's kind of in that Joe Burrow tier where it's like he just got one contract. But now we're kind of in this weird spot right now where we're like late March, right? We're past free agency. We're past all the buzz of free agency. And now we're waiting for the NFL draft, right? You talking about Lamar Jackson? Lamar Jackson is getting whatever contract he agreed to. So he's going to be probably 256 in the end. Bringing in. So now we're going to start bringing in players for visits, which I'm not making videos about because at the end of the day, yes, we're going to bring in players to visit. This is a typical thing in every pre-draft situation. Every team will bring in like a certain amount of players and they'll bring them in for visits and stuff like that. I want the draft now. I felt you dreaming, but you have to remember one thing. Once the draft's over, that's when the cesspool of the offseason happens. Like once the draft free agency's over, then we have May, which we do get a schedule release, right? Which is awesome. June and July is nothing burgers. Late July is training camp, which is good. And then August is preseason. So I feel like it's just like this cesspool. Oh, this was something that I didn't talk about. Travis Kelce laughs at the Bengals' bonkers offensive spending spree. All right. What did he say? On the latest episode of the New Heights podcast, both Travis and Jason weighed in on the NFL's most NFL news and the Bengals' spending choices on top of the list. For those who are wondering, yes, Joe Burrow is making $55 million per year. Jamar Chase is making over $40 million a year. T is making close to $30. That's over $125 million per year in new money on just 3 players, said Travis. When you say it like that, laughs, it's effing bonkers. I'm not saying it shouldn't have been done. It's just never been done. Okay, he didn't talk trash. I thought for a second he talked trash. By that headline, it sounded like he actually talked some trash, but he did not. So, shout out to Kelce because he actually kept that, very good. Draft is it's just like a hit of coke. Yeah, pretty much at this point. Pretty much. That's another thing people talking about, that we have erased Carson Palmer's timeline and set a new standard for franchise quarterback power. Here's what I'll say about the situation. We didn't erase anything, okay? Yes, we obviously gave Joe his money. Then we gave T his money and Chase his money. At the end of the day, we still did Carson Palmer dirty. The situation will never go away what happened with Carson Palmer. I think we are learning from our mistakes and we're going in the correct direction. But at the end of the day, there's no rewriting history. History happened, we learn from it, and we get better. Bro, Mohamed Sanu is the best quarterback of all time. He was a quarterback in college. He became a wide receiver for us, but he was a quarterback in college. I think a lot of people remember Mohamed Sanu when he was with the what's it called? When he was with the Falcons. A lot of people remember him with the Falcons and not remembered him with the Bengals as much, I feel like. But he was a quarterback in college. We took him. He ended up being a receiver for us. Very good. He actually did throw a touchdown for us as well. Didn't he go to Seattle? At one point, yeah, but he was he had a long run with the Falcons as well. Yeah, he was part of the 28-3 Falcons. He was the guy who said on the sideline. He's the guy who said on the sideline that, you know, we're whipping their butts. We're going to put up 80 on them. And then, you know. Did y'all notice Eagles pay $15 million more in offense and want to pay more in defense, but no one's talking about it? Because the Eagles just get the job done. The Eagles just do things. They do things and it works. That's what I'll say. But yeah, so it is what it is. Okay, so what is this? We have a free agent mock draft. Not a free agent mock draft. We have an NFL draft. Bengals don't typically look for best player available. Don't usually look to lock in need and only need in the NFL draft, as best player available tends to be a proven way to nail picks in classes. Not always the case. Given the team start in free agency, though, it's worthwhile. Yeah. A new mock from Draft Wire. Okay. So they have Cam Ward going number 1, which is like what I see all the time. Mason Graham going number 2. Yeah, it does, because you get players at a very cheap rookie contract and then you can build your team around that. Mason Graham number 2 is wild. Will Campbell. Okay, bro, who is this guy? Who is this guy? This might be the most wild mock draft I've seen so far. All right, so Abdul Carter, Sanders, and Travis Hunter are still on the board at pick 4. Okay. All right, he's not that crazy. He's not that crazy, boys. He's not that crazy. Dual Carter going number 4 is kind of crazy, but still. What's up, Cornell? What's up? 5, Travis Hunter. Okay, so he does have the best. He does have the best guys in the draft going top 5. It's just he has them in a weird order. 6 is Ashton Genty. Okay, wow. It's another day in paradise, Cornell. How about you, man? 7 is Armin. 8 is Will Johnson. 9 is Michael Williams. 10 is Jalen Walker. 11, James Pierce Jr. And McMillan goes 12 to the Cowboys. What's up, Cunningham? What's up, my man? What's up? 13 is Kelvin Banks Jr., who's going to be a guard in the NFL, in all honesty. Tyler Warren from Penn State goes 14. 15 is Shamar Stewart. Feeling good. We watched your last watching while you talking about a random kids football tape. We started talking about okay, so we started talking about, like, you know, high school football and stuff like that, and, like, you know, NFL players in high school. And then he wanted us to watch his football tape. So, like, we said, sure, why not? Like, it was near the end of the stream, and I said, well, let's just go ahead and pop up the tape, man. So, yeah. It went with the flow of the stream. The stream was about high school football players. And he's a high school football player currently in high school. So, Matthew Goldon. Hey, okay, maybe I like this guy. Maybe I like this guy in the end, though. At first, you know, in the first half, I thought this guy was kind of bonkers and out of his mind, right? Oh, we're going to take, like, you know, this was a weird draft. But now I'm kind of cool with this draft because he has us going with Starks. And I love Starks from Georgia. So it works. This guy I thought at first was like off his knockers. And now I actually like his draft. It went from Abdul Carter is going to be pick 5 to, oh no, pick 4 to Travis Hunter's pick 5. And then it makes sense. Let's go. I will take this every day, all day, every day. And also the Browns have no quarterback, which makes it even better. Tyler Booker goes pick 18. Pick 19 is Nick. 20 is Emeka. Okay. Broncos go wide receiver. Steelers go with Sanders. Oh, I don't like this mock anymore. I want DN first, but safety is good. Starks is so good. I want him. Like, I don't want secondary in the first round, but with how good Starks is, not last year, but 2023, I want him. He was really bad in 2024, but he was so good in 2023, which should mean I don't want him, but I do want him because he was that good in 2023. He just didn't look good last year. Steelers going with a quarterback kind of pisses me off. Because now the Browns should go with that guy so the Browns can ruin him and everything can work out. I highly doubt Sanders will go to Steelers. I think Sanders will go to the Browns or he'll go top 5 to the Giants. But, yeah. Derek Harmon to the Chargers. Packers go with Barron. Then we have a running back, Hampton, going to the Vikings. Texans go with Josh Simmons. Rams go with Campbell. Ravens go with offensive lineman Gray Zabel. This is like a typical AFC North lineman too. Gray Zabel can play any position. In college, he played left tackle, left guard, center, right guard, and right tackle. We put every single position on the offensive line. This guy's like a Cody Ford. He's a Swiss Army knife. Whatever you want him to play, he will play. That's pretty much what Gray Zabel is. He's anything you need from me. He can do, which makes him very, very useful, and that's why he's gonna be a first round pick. Because when you can do that in the first round, you can be picked in the first round. When teams could say, "Hey, whatever you need from me, I got you." People like that. Lions, Siobhan Revel, cornerback. Mason Rudolph is on the Steelers, and that means they could go with Mason Rudolph as a starting quarterback. Commanders have Mike Green from Marshall. That would be a great player to the Commanders. They're going wide receiver. Last year they went receiver. This year they're going receiver. Last year they went with Keanu Coleman, and now they're going with Luther Burden III. Walter Nolan going to the Chiefs. Oh, that would be painful. That would be so painful because Walter Nolan is so versatile. He can pretty much be utilized in any way possible, and I would hate that for the Chiefs. Oh, that would suck. That would suck. Benjamin Morrison to the Eagles. That makes a lot of sense. Notre Dame product. Notre Dame guy. I have a sneaking suspicion. Because obviously, listen, right? We have Al Golden now as our defense coordinator. And Al Golden was Notre Dame's defense coordinator. And I would see Benjamin Morrison coming from Notre Dame. I have this weird sneaky suspicion we're going to take Benjamin Morrison at 17. Or trade down, get an extra couple of picks, and then get Morrison at like pick 25 or something. Trade down, get an extra second, an extra like third or fifth round pick, and then get Morrison at like pick 25. That would be another idea, in all honesty. So again, like I said, I just got this sneaking suspicion. Because I'm sure Al has told, the scouting department, like, hey, listen, Benjamin Morrison, he was my guy, cornerback in college. He's so good. He has so much intangibles. The problem with Benjamin Morrison is his shoulder. His shoulder is his biggest issue. He has a shoulder problem. So that would be the biggest thing. Scott Peters, the most. I really want to see real protection for Burrow. But second most excited for Al Golden. Yeah. Scott Peters, especially after coming off of the insane necessity of Frank Pollock. I'm very excited for that. Dolphins star 2. Well, hold up. What? Dolphins star Tua was seen partying at the Palm Tree Club this week. Tua seemed to be doing everything except for getting ready for the season. First off, Tua literally has made it clear that he will die for his team. Like, guy has concussion problems, to say the least, and he will die for his team. Like, I don't think he needs to get ready for the season. His brain's already freaking mashed potatoes. A reworked deal for Debo in DC. The Commanders are guaranteeing $17 million of Debo's previously non-guaranteed salary for the season, along with adding $3 million worth of incentives per sources. Samuel will now play the season on a one-year deal worth up to $20 million, including $17 million guaranteed. Wow. Yeah, exactly. Let the man have fun. So, with PJ and a Lambo. Did he buy a Lambo? Did my boy Chase buy a Lambo? I mean, it would be nothing, bro. That's like a $300,000, $400,000 car at most. Even fully maxed out. Man has $161 million. Obviously, Uncle Sam takes a lot of that, but still. Uncle Sam, you know, the guy who really won in all this was Uncle Sam. When he signs that contract, Uncle Sam's like, oh, baby, I'm about to get paid. What's your favorite Bengals moment that you witnessed in person? I'll start. Is this Jake Browning? No, that's Joe. That's Joe. To be honest, I really think on Twitter, I was so confused for a second. That's my car hit. That's my type of car. Okay, so it's a whole new stadium they're building. Ugh. $2 billion, but $2 billion for that whole thing. See, the reason why I thought it was a renovation is because that's a lot of that's not much money at all. To build a whole new stadium is usually like at least $3-4 billion by itself, and then the whole area around it, that's gonna cost way more money. If they're thinking that they're gonna get that done with $2 billion, then they're smoking something, because $2 billion is not gonna get all that done. I thought that's why I thought it was a renovation, because $2 billion, that's insane money. You think you're gonna get that done with $2 billion? You smoking something good. I need whatever you're smoking. What is this? Oh, yep, the kick to send us to the Super Bowl. Not for building a stadium. Not for building a stadium, building all the area around the stadium, building everything together. $2 billion is nothing. Like, just the surrounding of the stadium, all that area, they're going to put up buildings, they're going to put up streets, they're going to put up all that stuff. That alone is like $500 million by itself. And then you're talking about building a whole new stadium. First thing you have to do is tear down the stadium. Then you have to tear down the stadium. You have to relocate the team to another stadium while you're rebuilding the new stadium. That's at least $3-4 billion. There's no way you're getting that done for $2 billion. You are thinking out of craziness if you think you're going to get that done for more than $2 billion. Dude, hitting Mahomes late. That was the championship the year after. The first championship, we beat them and went to the Super Bowl. Dalton. AJ Green and Dalton. Money combo. Money Mac divisional round. Oh yeah, against the Titans. Gorgeous. Burrow hood. Gone but not forgotten. Sam Hubbard. Gone but not forgotten. Into a game but one day I will be able to. Oh, nice, Richard. Gone but not forgotten, man. You gone through the war. Was Arrowhead, obviously. Arrowhead. stadium is Burrowhead because Burrow owns the Chiefs stadium to other stuff. For the stadium, $2 billion others, $2 billion for the other stuff will be okay. So you're saying 4.4 billion total is what you're saying. So 2.4 for just the stadium is insane work. Hey, we got a dono from Richard. $2 dono. Hey man, any dono, no matter what amount it is absolutely amazing, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Richard. $2 dono. Let's go. W's. Thank you so much, Richard, for the $2 dono. I appreciate you. But 2.4 billion is it's not that much. I mean, that's not a lot for a stadium. Settle the stadium crap. No, we did not in any way fix the stadium crap. Not even in the slightest. We are still we have no lease extended yet. Ooh. Look at AJ, bro. AJ's nasty. That man was nasty. Jermaine Price interception. Sam Hubbard returning it for 6. Jerome Simpson. Baby boy. To try to rebuild that stadium. That's going to cost like $3 billion at least to rebuild your stadium, especially with all the amenities they want. And then on the outside of the stadium, they're going to spend $2.4 billion on the surrounding areas, which does kind of make sense. But I belong to the Bengals fan club. When they didn't win, I have a picture. My email is on my YouTube channel. So any of my YouTube channels, if you go to, this is That My Gamer, it's also me. I have multiple YouTube channels. But if you ever go to my YouTube channel, where is it? It should be right here. Hang on. Hold up. If you go to my YouTube channel, you go to more information. 2 more links, maybe. It should be right here. For some reason, I can't see it because I think I'm on my channel right now. But it's I'll just say it, what the email is. My channel email. I gotta fix that. If that's not correct and it's not showing up, I gotta fix that. Ryan Tim Gamers 9255 at gmail.com. Put out quality content. I appreciate you saying so much, Richard. I appreciate you. Thanks so much for the dono again. But let me see. Is it on this channel? Why is it not here? It should. Oh no, it's right here. I'm an idiot. It says view email address. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. That's my email. I'm stupid. It literally says view email. I don't know why it does that, because like it's not like anyone's hiding that email. Like, oh, it's make sure we don't show that. Like, who cares? It's an email. That's my business email. Anyone who would like to work with me or do anything with me, that's my business email. It's all over all my socials as well. But yeah. All right. But dang, you joined YouTube when I was 5. I joined YouTube. I started making videos on YouTube in 2008, dude. I joined YouTube in 2008. Like my current channels, the oldest my current channels are is 2015. So it's like 10 years ago. But like I have other channels that I've been around on YouTube since 2008. Like my first stop Red's channel. Let me see. My computer is pooping right now. If I could find my first stop Red channel. I wasn't even born then. Well, that would be why. All right, hold up. Where's first stop Reds? Oh, right there. When is this channel technically built? No, this is 2016 as well. Okay. So, my older channels, I think I deleted most of them because they were cringy. cringy. This is still crazy. Okay, guys, stop making me feel old, okay? Your videos didn't show up for the longest time. Yeah. I mean, that's really how it works. You grind for a very long time on YouTube. I grinded for 10 years before I hit... 10 years. I grinded for like freaking... When I hit 1,000 subscribers on my first channel, I want to say in 2020? No, 2018. I grinded for like 11 years before I even hit 1,000 subscribers. I hit like 11 years. How old are you, Ryan? I'm assuming you're like that 43 years ago. Yeah, I'm 28. Mentality. I'm pretty much the same as Joe Burrow. Me and Joe Burrow are pretty much the same people. Kenny Anderson he's talking about. Kenny Anderson. Okay, so here's the other things, by the way. I didn't look at this. These are the other rule changes that NFL teams has proposed. I'm 5 years older than you. Oh, okay, that's not bad. Anyway, so obviously the Packers trying to get rid of the tush push. The Lions to eliminate an automatic first down as a penalty proposed for defensive holding and illegal contact. You know, that's interesting. That is interesting. That concept. So they want to get rid of if it's like a 4th and 20 and then it's automatically, oh, he held, that's the first down, game over. Remember the Super Bowl between the Eagles and the Chiefs? James Bradbury holding call gave him a first down and ended the game. The Lions want to get rid of that. No more of that automatic first down crap. Obviously, pass interference would still be an automatic first down, don't be wrong. But they're trying to get rid of it without the automatic first down. The Eagles to align the postseason and regular season overtime rules by granting both teams an opportunity to possess the ball regardless of the outcome of the first possession, subject to a 15-minute overtime period in the regular season. So they want this the regular season. Okay, so they want this postseason and regular season to be the same. Are you talking about the no more automatic first down? They would just say it's a 10-yard penalty. So instead of it saying it's like if it's a 5-yard penalty, automatic first down, it would just be a 5-yard penalty, period. You would just get 5 yards. You wouldn't get a first down. So if it's a 10-yard penalty, you would get a 10-yard penalty. Like it wouldn't be any first downs. They're pretty much removing the first down altogether from that statement. So, yeah, fun times. This one might get passed. This one will not. It would just be a 5-yard penalty. So, like, if it's 3rd and 15 and there's a holding call, it would be 4th and 5. Actually, no. Yeah, they would replay it down. Yeah, wait, what am I saying? Yeah, they would just replay it down. No, that would be a first down. But if it's like 3rd and 17, it's not an automatic first down. The point is, it would take away the automatic first down part of it. So, like, if it's a 10-yard penalty, there's an automatic first down there. But, like, it's not an automatic first down no matter what. That's the whole point. So, if it's like 4th and 20, it would be 3rd and 10. So, that's the whole point. So, if it's 3rd and 20, holding call, it would be 3rd and 10. Replay 3rd down. If it's a 10-yard penalty, then that would get a first down no matter what. But, like, right now how it stands, if it's 3rd and 20 and you get a holding call, automatic first down. That's what they're trying to eliminate. They would want it to be replayed as a 3rd and 10. And then you would have to, go 3rd and 10 again. So that's what the Lions are trying to get rid of. Yeah, so if it's 3rd and 7, it's an automatic first down. But if it's not, if it's short, it could be like 4th and 11. It would be 3rd and 1. Replay 3rd down. It's not a loss of down. So calling the Mahomes rule, yeah. I mean, it makes sense because like if it's 4th and 30 and they throw so either way it would be 4th and 10 then. Yes, it would be a replay. At 3rd and 20. Wait, what? Wait, what would be 4th and 10 then? No, you would replay the 3rd down. If it's a holding call on 3rd and 20, it would get replayed and it would be 3rd down and 10 because it would be the 10-yard penalty replay of down. So it's because you're not losing a down. The only way in the NFL you lose a down is through intentional grounding. Intentional grounding is when you obviously you already know what intentional grounding is, but that's you lose a down for that. But any other penalty is a replay of the down. So it actually technically becomes a free play in a way if you think about it. Kenny Anderson was elite. Go check his stats. Accomplishments from week. I literally have a Kenny Anderson jersey framed on my wall. So yeah, I love Kenny Anderson. I love him. But yeah, so it would just be a replay of whatever down it was, unless 10 yards would give him a first down. So yeah. Did I do that? Did I say that incorrectly? No, I didn't, right? No, I didn't say that incorrectly. No. It would just be 10 yards. Yeah, it would be 10 yards added to wherever they were. So, but they could also decline it, you know? Like, let's say you did get a first down. You can just decline it. But if you didn't decline it, then you would get 10 yards and replay that said down. So, makes sense. 3rd down and 10. You were clear? Okay, good. Making sure, because sometimes I over-explain stuff. So, appreciate. Anyway, so those are the rule changes that the NFL is trying to do. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Jimmy. I try my best. I put my pants on like every other man. 7 legs at a time. Also, this happened, which sometimes the rule confuses me still. I felt you on that one. By the way, this is not football related, but the astronaut trapped in orbit of the 9 months finally returned home today. We brought him home! Let's go. And we also found out who killed JFK. But that's beside the point. Yeah. March Madness is getting crazy. Okay. Not going to go on Twitter. Next thing I know, Twitter's going to post some random raunchy crap. So they're back safe at home. They got stuck in outer space, but now they're good. Sent? All right, let me see what you sent. Is it okay if I post what you sent me on stream, Richard? I don't know. If you don't want me to, I don't have to. I can just look at it myself, but if you want me to, I could post it on stream if you want. It's up to you. Wait, who did that to JFK? The JFK files came out today. So, hold up. Sure, 100%. Okay. I just double check with people. What email am I on? I'm on the wrong email. That would be why. I'm a boomer. All right. Nope. See, I get too many sponsorship emails. And by the way, we are officially partnered with Meta Ray-Ban glasses. I've been partnered with them. I decided to a second year with them. I did not receive it yet. Let me check my spam folder just in case. I have not received it yet, Richard. Wasn't that a decade ago? It was, but they finally revealed all the information on like who was involved in the killing and all the information like that. So all the conspiracy theories have been, solved Because all the information now is out there. Like some guy, the guy who killed Oswald or whatever, the guy, he obviously killed JFK. But JFK, the guy who killed Oswald after, that guy was seen with Oswald at lunch a week before the situation happened. So everyone was like, why did that guy kill Oswald? Why did he kill Oswald? Well, that guy apparently was like friends with Oswald a week before they were at lunch together, which is really weird because they said there was no connection between the two guys, but yet somehow they were seen at lunch together. So that was what came out today, which was really out of nowhere. Yeah, Rubenstein, thank you. So Rubenstein was with Oswald a week before the assassination, which makes no sense because they said they had no connection. In any way did they have no connection, but they did because they were together. So that means it seems like the two sides were in some way cahoots before the assassination happens, and then Jack Ruby kills Oswald. Well, why did he do that? Because people think he was going to snitch. He was going to put it out there what actually happened. Richard, I did not get your email. Double check that you got the right email. It's Ryan Tim Gamers 9255 at gmail.com. That's Ryan TIM Gamers with an S at the end 9252 at gmail.com. Yeah, so that was the whole thing. I believe Jack Ruby at the time was a mechanic, and they were confused. Why would a random mechanic kill someone, right? That makes no sense. Why would you kill Oswald? Well, there was some more to that information that they didn't leak out there, and now it was put out there correctly. So the JFK files came out today, and we found out that the cover-ups. Now, there was always conspiracy theories of these things happening, right? But now it's officially out there. So, and everyone knows, hey, what the heck? Why did these guys have lunch together when they were supposed to not know each other? There was supposed to be no connection between the two. It was random. Wasn't random. They worked together. But yeah. So there you go. I don't get into political stuff right anyway, but like that was interesting today, and everyone's out talking about that. Jack who killed JFK. It was Oswald who did it, but Jack Ruby's the one who killed Oswald, and no one knew why he killed Oswald. Well, and there was no connection between the two, but now why was he at lunch with him the week before if he never knew him? Oswald's the one who killed JFK, but Ruby killed Oswald. And they never knew why Ruby killed Oswald because he had no connection with Oswald. Well, he did. He actually did. He had connection with him, and he was at lunch with him the week before the assassination happened. All right, I got your email, Richard. Thank you. I got your email. All right. So we got ourselves, let me try to do this correctly here. Yeah, I'm not going to do it like that. So our man's in the chat, Richard. All right, Richard, what number are you? Thank you. Oh, I understand now. It's so simple now. Yeah. So that's a whole situation that happened. I also had a Bengals mug too. Appreciate you. So this is what Richard sent me. So, yeah. But yeah, they covered up the fact of he was, MIA. All right, we gotta guess who Richard is. I think Richard is over here. I was 15. No, Richard. Don't be modest now, man. Don't be modest now. I think you were. I think you're big number 93. You're a big dude. You're a big guy. Or number 83. It might be 93. That's 83. You might be 83, Richard. I see you. You flexing on the cast here. Yeah, you were 15, but it doesn't mean you weren't big-bodied. You were an absolute monster 15-year-old picking up cars, throwing tires. I see you, Richard. No, number 11 too squawny. This couldn't be Richard. Richard is way too buff for that. Richard got those python arms. That's not Richard. Hey, $10 donut from Richard. Love your channel and keep it up. I appreciate you so much, Richard. You're trying to take away from the fact that we know that you had python arms. Thank you so much for the donut, Richard. See, I don't know, 59 could have been him, but I can't see the python arms, so I can't confirm. 66 a little bit too big for, like, a little bit too big in the tummy. I imagine Richard had the 6-pack or 8-pack, and, you know, he's just like, he could walk on his arms. See, in my head, Richard, you're walking on your arms with your 8-pack and your python arms. You know, you're like, woo. Nah, Richard wouldn't lead the team to 3-13 though. That's another thing. Richard would have us at least 10-6. I appreciate you, Richard. Thank you so much, man. Oh my lordy, back in the day, 1994. I was born in 96. So I feel weird. I was born in 96. So of course, Richard, man. Legend. Love you, man. I was born in 96. So this was 2 years before I was born. I am good for 3 wins. Exactly. Well, no. I said 10-6. So you're good for a solid 7 wins. I gave you 7 wins, my man. 7 extra wins Richard would have gotten us with this team. 7 additional. All right, what did it say? Tom Gray, equipment manager. Paul Alexander, tight end coach. I know John was on the team. John was the offensive line guy. What did he say? 87 to 90, John, I believe. So that was way back in the day. All before I was born, man. You guys making me feel young again. I hit the fountain of youth. I can't walk on my hands, but I can walk on my feet. Damn, you were born in the 1900s. I was born in a solid 1996, November 19th. I'm a Scorpio, if that means anything. I don't know. Some people follow zodiac signs. I'm 45. I'm 28. So, see? We're young. We're young bachelors. No. You know, like they say, the orange is the new black or something like that. 45 is the new 25. Okay? You're good. You're good, Richard. 25. 45 is the new 25, man. It's like orange is the new black or something. Doubled my age. See, in my brain, because as a YouTuber, right, we're going to witness the first ever 6,000 yards, 60 touchdown season, fellas. We probably will use it. We probably will. Especially if Jermaine Burton gets his head out of his butt. Hey, man, I try my best. Thank you so much, Richard. Thank you so much. Appreciate you like my videos. I try my best. My coach was Bruce. Hey, we got some legendary mods. If we're being honest. Dreamy's out here absolutely destroying all the people. She is like a one force wrecking machine. I feel like a fetus sometimes here and an old grandma. You give that energy, Dreamy. You're either one or the other. Like, you're a 50-50 shot here. You're either a young Thundercat or you, like, get everyone in line. That's what I feel like your job is here. You're either a young Thundercat or keeps everyone in line. When I'm 27, I was born in 98. Because I was born in November 96. That's why. So I was born late in the year in November 96. So that's probably why, depending on your birthday, depends on how old you are. Like in that time of the year, it's lots of weird things. 23 running circles around y'all. First off, you came to the channel that has all offensive linemen. Did we not go through this the other day? Do we have to do, what, do we have to keep teaching you this lesson, old man? Like, Dreamy, we're all offensive linemen. I thought we understood that. We're all linemen. 30 and capping. I am not 30. That's why your channel is great, that you have so much passion. Hey, I try my best, Richard. I try my best. I'm not 30. I'm 28. But, you know, that's all good. When we doing the Madden stream again, I don't know. I'm gonna probably next Madden stream, Madden stream, I will be streaming on my Madden channel, That My Gamer 2. That's what we will be doing, like mainly Madden streams, but gotta get some likes on the video. Hey, hit that like on the live stream if you enjoyed it. Dreamy comes to, I was defensive lineman, thank you. See, that's what I'm talking about, Matthew. We're all linemen here. We had a whole entire thing last live stream where we talked about how we all played offensive line or a defensive line. I played right guard and right tackle and left end. And Dreamy's like, I'm running circles around you. Of course you are. Same did every other receiver on the team. We all have the same issue. Like and subscribe for a cookie. The same issue we had whenever we went to 40-yard dashes and all the receivers and all the corners would get done first and they'd all sit on the bleachers and be like, come on, Fatso, run. And I would run. It is not fun being an offensive lineman in high school football. I'm going to tell you right now. You run the track and everyone gets done before you. Even a punter gets done before you. But you know the damn punter cheated. He's roiding up on the sideline. The punter got done before me and I'm like, check him for PEDs. They're like, boy, in high school. I'm like, I don't care. He's roiding. They'll group me with the offensive lineman. Hey, bro, it depends what position. Defense, like I was left end, but we had very fat left ends and right ends. I was on the kickoff team. Oh, okay. Well, then maybe not that. Beating y'all. Listen, okay? He was roiding. I'm no snitch, but I was the first to point it out. I said, check that guy over there. Any of y'all like Wendy's? See? Bruh. I'm telling you right now. So... the punter is also our quarterback. Okay, that makes sense. On a real though, my coach in high school, right? He didn't understand how to eat correctly. Like he didn't understand how to teach us how to eat correctly. So he would have us work out all day. Like we would work out for 6 hours straight, right? Crazy workouts. We'd have we put bands around our waist. So what he would do is we had bands around our waist and you have a wide receiver. We get paired up with an offensive lineman, right? The offensive lineman sits in the back and the receiver tries to pull the offensive lineman, which is always funny, by the way, because we would have seniors paired up with freshmen. It was hilarious. But he didn't understand how eating healthy worked. So we would do all that and he'd give us 3 or 4 pizzas. And we did eat pizza and drink soda after that workout. It was fantastic. Our team was very fat. And it made me feel very good. Because I was one of the skinniest. And I was 270. Have you guys ever seen a wide receiver who was 280 and he looked at you and he says, you ain't a lady if you ain't 280? And I'm pretty damn sure he was a lady. Yeah, I love the picture, man. I love these old timer pictures, especially the old days. Well, the 90s, man, were crazy. before cheer practice, we did yoga, and then the other athletes are copying us to help with the mind-body connection. This was like, I gotta say, yeah, we looked like orcas out of water. That's how my team looked half the time. We looked like orcas out of water who had diabetes. It was pretty bad. Put all these clues in chat. You could finally find out where I went wrong. Back when we didn't have internet or anything like that in the 90s. Yeah. Bengals sweater from the 90s. I should have taken a picture of it. Excuse my spelling. Oh, you're good. Yeah. Nah, we were orcas. We had some. We were a little bit less fat than that, okay? With seals, we could get off the ground. 90, 70, at least a solid 55% of us could get off the ground. It was always something. I remember when we were doing football, right? We had so we would do strength. Our coaches would have us do offensive linemen. We do strength exercises for football, right? We bench, we couldn't do pull-ups. God, that was awful. We would do all those things, right, when it comes to strength stuff. Well, one day our coach wasn't there, and we had the quarterback coach was our coach, and he said, all the offensive linemen, you guys are going to do ab exercises for 2 hours. You guys, I want you guys doing ab exercises, okay? Now, some people have 6 pack abs. We had 6 rolls, so it didn't work out too well. Well, all I know is our left tackle, he threw up probably a good solid 20 pounds after those exercises. And I'm pretty sure we had to drag off 3 other guys. That's how we turned our JV team into our varsity team, because we lost a lot of good soldiers that day. They didn't get abs. That didn't work. They just got extra rolls. Yeah, so more of the story is, please don't ever make offensive linemen do ab exercises. We're good at pizza, we're not good at abs. Alright. I'm gonna end the live stream there though. We're about an hour 22 minutes in. You couldn't be big and cheer. You had to lifted air today straight with diet. I'm surprised. But what about with cheerleading, didn't they have the bottom crew that was a little bit bigger? They would have the bottom people who would throw people up. Weren't they technically a little bit chunkier? I don't know. I've seen a lot of movies, and I've seen a lot of drama movies, what do they call them, chick flicks or something, right? And when they had them, there's always that 300-pound cheerleader girl who shows up, and that I would always see and be like, wow, that's a beautiful center right there. Maybe right guard. We could get a nose tackle out of that. Our team was pretty bad. But I will be live tomorrow night at 7 p.m. One's back was slightly bigger, but barely. Thank you for all that. I tried my best, Richard. I appreciate you. No one was over 140. The movies lied to me.